eye level. Okay. So as this happens and Solana disappears, Dragonbait, Devaney, Malik, and Gwen, you would notice this as well. This third one right here is turning to sort of head back over to the towards the cell.
We jump down into casual, sexy rest position over the hole that the badger made.
And Devaney, as soon as all the grung's backs are turned, is going to cast a firebolt at this hut. I don't know, how do you do that circle thing?
If you're on the mouse pointer, just click and hold.
Which one? This one?
Which one? The one that they're walking towards, or the opposite side?
The opposite side.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I have a trackpad. It works different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you left click and hold on it, it'll do that blank, whatever your version of the left click and hold. Okay, go ahead and roll your make your attack roll. Okay, let's see.
Hut.
I have. Okay. Okay.
I mean, if it sets the bushes on either side on fire, instead of hitting the hut, that's good too.
Yeah, set it on fire.
Yeah, so that'll hit. Go ahead and roll some damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so as that happens, we will go.
And as soon as Devaney casts that, then she's going to take it super. I didn't just cast a spell pose.
Did I do that?
Okay.
They're just leaning up against the wall and casual, cool.
So.
Yeah,
as
like
we
that.
Get this little fire erupting on here.
Ah, yes, good symbol.
As the flames start to creep up the side of the building, I want everyone to go ahead and make a perception check with the exception of Solana, who is currently in the process of, sort of tunneling under here. And this guy is starting to make his way back over here, and I'm going to have him roll one as well. Because perception. My God, this guy. And okay, out of you guys, only Devaney and Melik are going to notice this. Even the Rung, who is walking back over and looking at you guys, doesn't notice. As you have cast a spell and the hut is going up in flames, you and Melik hear the most horrifying screams in this guttural, croaking language. As let's see, how many of these things are running out of here? You know what? Let's roll it publicly. Why not? Okay. You see a total of 13 grungs come running out of this hut. As you're looking at them,
in these huts.
6 of them are large green that you're used to. 7 of them are very, very small, grayish green. They're probably not even a third the size of the grown ones.
I knew it was the spawning tent. That's the babies. No.
So as soon as Devaney hears screaming, she will get up from her cool and relaxed position and look walk over to that edge of the cage and start pointing, hoping to catch the guard's attention.
And also yell, "What is happening? Something is happening over there!"
Okay, so as the three of you and now Dragonbait is sort of
Join
standing
her.
up and sort of flailing and looking that way as well. The flames are slowly starting to grow on this hut. Quen, is from your position now, you didn't hear any of the screaming, but you are noticing this very bright flame growing from the east. And you're now seeing, as you're looking around, you can see 3 out of the 4 of your party members are sort of up and flailing, looking at this one grung right in front of them. You don't see where Solana is at the moment, though. But you do see fire across on the other side.
Okay. Oh, gosh. I just, like, want to stealth over and, like, coup de grace this frog. Okay, so I want to go up behind. I'm gonna stealth up to the back of this frog and with Bookmark slit its throat.
Okay. So in order to do that, you would have to make a stealth roll to get over to it. Because you are up in the tree, so you're coming down the tree and then across an open area, but...
Oh my gosh.
Definitely try.
Or
How much
I could
do you
turn
want
into
the
mist
murder?
and just do it automatically.
Do you want to burn a spell slot down?
You can't carry items and take actions on your mist.
Oh, sorry. It's Misty Step.
Oh, Misty Step.
So
Oh,
it's-
okay.
Yeah, sorry. Should have specified. Yeah, so I'm gonna cast Misty Step and then turn back into me right behind this grung and then coup de grace it.
Okay. Just go ahead and just make your attack roll with advantage, because it has no idea you're coming. And if you hit, it's an auto crit, so...
Auto murder.
Yes!
That'll hit, so go ahead and roll
Wow,
double.
good job.
Go ahead and roll double the dice.
So do I just click the bookmark icon twice?
Sure, that'll work. And sure enough, is you guys are waving your arms, flailing, trying to get this thing to look to the east. All of a sudden, you see Quen appear behind it in a puff of just mist. And then Bookmark gets dragged right across its throat in front of you. A spurt of blood seems bathes Dragonbait's face as he seems to be right in front of it.
Oh, no!
As
I'm sorry.
as Gwen has just viciously murdered this grung right in front of the 3 of you. And Gwen, now that you're here, you notice Solana's not in the cage.
I stage whisper to my companions, "Hey, where'd the leaf girl go? Where is she?
She's a
Did she find
badger.
a shiny?"
She's digging
Oh,
towards
okay.
our tent, the hut with our stuff in it. Don't draw attention
let's
to
get
us
you
right now.
guys- let's
Also,
get you
you
guys
know
outta
Solana's
here.
name.
How far is Solana down the tunnel at this point? Can I...
So at this point, let's see, Solana's tunneling speed is 10 feet, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, so I'd say between you casting the spell, Quen's movement, Solana's probably almost at the hut. If no one else is doing anything, she'll be able to pop up through the floor.
Well, Devaney would like to summon her hand axe, which is it's actually a teleport. and then hand it to Dragonbait. You're gonna need this. Well, let's hope you don't need this, but if you do, this is what you're gonna have to deal with at the moment.
Thor.
Isn't that Grung's
And then-
body?
And then she's also going to summon her, I believe it's her scimitar, and stow it and crawl on the hole. Let's go, guys.
Dragonbait looks at you with just utter disbelief for a moment. And then as you disappear into the hole with your scimitar, he looks at Malik and looks out of the cage over at Quen.
Oh, go ahead.
This
Okay,
is
before I
why
jump in
she
the hole,
was
I'm gonna look
smiling.
at Dragonbait
This
and be
was
like,
her ace in the hole.
I'm sorry, what were you saying, Malik?
That is
And
I didn't know we were partying with Thor. Okay, let's get in there.
exactly. Is that
and
a
this is why
fighter
the minute
thing?
and this is why the minute she said I'm gonna head over to Mike, I had to try not to laugh because I'm going, oh my god, they have no idea she can do this. Do they?
No!
Okay.
Quen is gagged right now. Quen is shaken to the core.
And
He
Devaney
just
thinks
murdered
nothing
a
of it.
frog. And
Devaney has her
So-
weapons, and she's heading after Solana.
Okay.
Get through the bars into the hole?
Quen's outside of the cell. Somebody would have to try to do something to get the cage opener off.
I
Quen
can
could just
Misty
walk
Step
to the hut.
again.
About to just start partying in on this hut, right?
Well, no, because I don't want to get down in there just yet. Yeah, I don't want to be in there because I don't want us to be surrounded on all sides.
So then just stay where you're at.
There we go. And I'm gonna take this frog and hide the body. I'm just
Okay.
gonna take him, drag him, and then push him out onto the lake. Push him into the lake.
Okay.
Because
So,
it's
I'm-
nighttime and they won't probably see him very well.
Where they're gonna be like, hey, our friend's swimming.
I'm going to frog hell.
At this point, so Quen, as you're doing that and shoving this body into the lake, you notice that as you give him a good, do me a favor, go ahead and make a strength check for me. I'm just gonna see how far you shove him up there.
Oh, about that.
Yeah, he really just. It looks like he just sort of flopped right in the, just face over in the water right there. So as you start dragging him over, though, you notice that as this fire across the way is growing on this hut, there are grung from the neighboring hut starting to pour out.
And Quen's gonna cast invisibility for the final time that he can.
Okay. And now Quen has vanished. Now we're going to jump over to Solana because as all this is going on, Solana, your teammates are starting to come up behind you.
Yeah.
You are now directly under the hut. Or, do me a favor, make a survival check because you are underground. So, yeah, based on where you were in the direction you're going, you're pretty sure you're directly underneath the hut.
Okay. I pop out of the hut. The floor.
Okay. So as you and the giant badgers have dark vision.
Let me see.
I'm assuming where they can
Yes.
burrow,
Yes, they
but
do. Dark vision 30.
Oh. Okay.
Badgers can, yeah.
so as you pop up in this hut, you find yourself immediately shocked at the number of individuals that are in here. Looking around, you see 8 small grayish-green grung sort of huddled together in one little section. And you see 6 full-sized large purple grung within this hut.
Okay.
And as your head pops up, immediately you hear croaking and the sound of daggers being pulled.
Giant badger.
But it's
With
just a
this-
badger.
which is why I'm going to use my other shapeshift and turn into a crocodile, which I hope is their natural enemy, and they scare away some grunts.
Okay. So go ahead. So you're doing that literally as you pop up, you
As
just
soon as it pop
poof
up
your
my head,
crocodile?
Yep, giant, not a giant crocodile, but yeah, crocodile.
Okay. So go ahead and make an intimidation check for me.
Someone intimidating as a crocodile.
Oh, nice. Nice,
That's what I
Solana.
was born to do.
Okay. So as you pop up, so actually then we may not need this. Let's see. What is there? Mother of Mercy. Okay. So they're all zeros, so that is okay. Okay.
Two of them nat 20. That's good.
What?
Yep. And it is one of the adults and one of the
Children.
children.
Okay.
So
No,
as
little Timmy, don't be a hero.
as you watch, as immediately as you pop up as a badger, daggers come out, and you turn into the crocodile, it's just pandemonium.
Okay.
People start fleeing out of the tent, almost trampling over each other. People grabbing the smaller ones and exiting out the door to this hut's on the west-hand side, and they're heading out the west and taking off. As one of the adults pulls out the dagger as you've now changed and starts to swing down with the blade of the dagger towards your face,
Mm-hmm.
you notice one of the children grabs a large burlap bag and takes off out the door.
Shite.
And with that, you have one dagger attack coming at your head.
Okay.
Okay.
That does hit me.
Okay. Now, actually, give me a second here because this is a purple grung, and they are different. Different poison than the regular, if I remember correctly. And of course, you're not there. Ewan. I forgot to. Okay, there we go. Purple. Okay. So I need you to make a Constitution save.
Sure.
Okay. And what is the? Oh yeah, you're fine. So. So, as you take 5 piercing damage and 4 points of poison damage, for a total of 9 damage to your crocodile form.
Okay.
And as this dagger slams into your snout. So, okay, Devaney and Malik, at this point, you guys would be, when you turned into crocodile, I'm assuming you would have come out of the hole and not just, half in it.
Yeah.
So as you guys pop out, you see, again, basically what Solana's seeing as you watch as one of these small grayish-green grungs dragging a bag behind it is taken off out the door, following the rest of them. and there's only one grung remaining, and the other just taken its dagger and has gone into the face of the crocodile.
Crocodile,
Divinate.
I say go after the bag. But no one can understand that. So never.
Well, Devaney's
Look
gonna look
at
over at
yours.
Melek and say, "You grab the kid. I'll take care of this one." And I'll draw my scimitar.
Okay. So, and what is your what's your movement speed, Malik?
I got 30.
What?
Okay, I can see it lighting up. I just can't hear.
30.
30.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So as you take off after this kid out the door, it realize it isn't all that hard to catch up. It's a little slower than you. While it's not, it's running, but not because it was frightened, and it's not following. As you come out that door, you see that the majority of those grung ran due west, straight towards the vine walls, and they're just gone. The grayish-green one, the small one that had the bag, is heading south this way. And now with your full movement, and it's you managed to catch up to it like somewhere right down next to the street.
Okay.
And what's your plan upon catching this? Going for the bag? Going for the non-combatant?
Boy, it depends on what kind of rolls I need to make. But
That
my
all depends on
instinct
what
is
you want to do.
to just dog tackle this kid and take the bag.
Do it, please.
Okay. So, and if that's your goal, that would be basically a contested athletics check.
How strong is this kid? How strong is Melek?
So this is not a full grown, so we're just, I'm gonna...
Okay, I'm gonna use my cutting words because this is a skill check, ain't it?
Yep. And...
Kid, you're a baby. Give me the bag.
Give me the bag.
Oh my word. Alrighty then, so it's as you mutter this as you're running up to grab this kid, and your hands wrap around this small, rather slimy creature and slam it into the ground. Not as rough as you necessarily thought you were going to. It lets go of the bag and proceeds to sort of squirm away and take off towards the water. I do need to ask you to make a Constitution save for me, though. You're fine. So as the youngling disappears from your view down into the into the water, these two, one has sort of circled around and is heading towards the front entrance to check on what all the noise is from the other thing. The other one is heading back towards the cell. Quen, what would you be doing after you had thrown that body away? Oh wait, you're invisible, that's right.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I'm
give me a
invisible
second.
and trying to keep a low profile. But do I notice that like what's going on, like the dynamics of what's going on, like the adult is fighting with the kid running away?
Assuming you had moved over to where you are by that other tree or bush, you probably would have, if you were up in the northern section, you would have seen everybody running out the door and sort of vanishing somewhere over here.
So yes, I
That's
would
it.
have seen the kid with a bag, or
Go ahead and make a perception check from there, because it was literally it's 13 people ran out that door. So yeah, you probably saw the kid run. You saw somebody run out with a bag, and then immediately after you saw Melik take off right behind them.
okay. I'm gonna make a move to the hut entrance and see. I'm gonna look in. I'm gonna see what's popping off in there.
Oh, okay. So as you lean in, you see Devaney, who has used Devaney's movement. Devaney, what would you be doing at this point?
So
Oops, sorry.
still one grung with a dagger.
You've got one purple grung standing in front of, right now in front of a crocodile that's just driven its dagger into the front of its snout. And as you see in the entranceway, there is another now green grung, dagger out, looking in the doorway.
Devaney would have taken a slice at the purple grung
Oh, okay.
after splitting up with Melik.
So go ahead and make an attack roll for me. Oh, and okay. Oh,
Nice.
okay. Yes, you made your Constitution save. Yeah, that'll hit. So go ahead and roll damage. Okay, and make a Constitution save for me.
Yeah.
Wow, Jesus.
Nice.
So as you carve into this thing, and splatter of blood is now across the crocodile's snout from this deep gash in the chest of this grung, as it lets out a painful, almost bullfrog-sounding bark at the two of you.
Take my second attack.
Okay. Then we have Dragonbait would actually be up there with you guys as well.
Nice.
And that'll hit as well. Go ahead and roll damage and a Constitution save again for me. Okay. So as the this purple grung in front of you, as the second slash goes through it, it falls to the ground, bleeding, a sort of mess on the ground in front of you.
Bonus action, I'm going to look menacing at the grung in the doorway. Blood dripping off my scimitar.
Okay, go ahead and make an intimidation check. I mean, to just watch you basically disembowel.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. And then what is the damage on the hand axe?
+6. Or 6,
okay.
yeah.
That's a d6?
It's a d6.
Okay. That's d6 plus strength, right?
Yep.
So I gotta
Yeah, because it's not.
find Dragonbait, because he's... Let's see here. So he's now gonna come up and he's got the green one in the door and gonna take 2 swings at that one. Oh, come on. Okay, that's gonna miss. And that's gonna miss. Oh, Dragonbait takes 2 strikes with the hand axe. It looks extremely discouraged with it, and as a reaction looks over at you, Devaney, and
hand
just...
axe compared to his big sword.
Yeah, and he just tosses the hand axe back over to you and sort of shrugs. Okay, so we've got Quen right there. That's to you. Crocodile, what would you be doing? You're in a pretty cramped room. You saw everyone else is cleared out. There's one green grung in the doorway in front of you now.
I'll take a chomp at it. +4 to hit. Oh, that is...
Okay. That'll hit. Go ahead, roll some damage.
Which is a 10 plus. Oops, it's a 10 plus 2. That's a 7.
Okay. And go ahead and make a Constitution save for me using the Crocodile's Con.
Crocodile has plus 1 con. 3!
Hooray!
Hooray!
It actually worked for someone. Okay, you
It
are
has
now...
to make a DC 12 strength save.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's grappled. Oh, no.
It manages to sneak out of your grasp.
Okay.
And probably due to the fact that as you chomp down on this thing, you immediately get a burst of this strange sort of sticky fluid in your mouth. Mechanically, you are now poisoned for the next minute. You are unable to move except to make vertical standing leaps or to climb a vertical surface.
I can climb a vertical surface. That's so cool.
You're basically on PvP.
You're basically a glitching Mario game. You just bang, bang,
Yeah,
bang.
yeah. That's pretty awesome.
Which, mind you, is hysterical when you think of the fact that it's a crocodile.
That is pretty darn funny. I'm just gonna go out of the hut now and just jump in the air.
So is Devaney and Quen. Melik doesn't notice this right away as Melik is currently bulldogging a small child into the ground. You just see this crocodile in the most hideous platformer video game style, just going bang, bang, bang. As it manages to just barely get itself out the door.
That's awesome.
Quentin is going to slowly, just peel away from the door.
Probably a wise decision.
Let it happen.
Realize the world he's in is a wonderful world.
This world is surreal.
And hearing all of this going on, this one is still going to be making its way. Actually, this one has line of sight on Melik. This one would be heading down this way. And is going to take a swing at Melik as Melik is getting up from dealing with the small child who is had been running away with their belongings. So as you stand up, Melik, with this rather large burlap sack, you feel the scrape of a dagger across your back, but it doesn't manage to pierce through your armor.
Okay, I was like...
Yeah, no, I know a 10's not going to hit you.
Okay.
So as you sort of stand up, it's like one of those things, somebody comes in trying to shoulder rush you, and it's just sort of like, really, what you doing back there? No, we come to you. Yep, this one. Oh wait, that one's not dead.
Do I have
That's
time
just
to get into this bag?
Say who?
Into this bag?
Yeah, you can spend an action to go. You have to spend your action to go through it to find your stuff, but
That was what I was curious about.
yeah, because it's not just your stuff in there. It's not as simple as just, I reach in and grab this. It's, no, you've got 4 people's worth of crap in there you got to rummage through.
Give me a second. That one doesn't have any materials, so just yell at him for right now.
Okay. Actually, I don't even need to do that because I know they have a +0 to wisdom. Hey, that's a 5! So is and as you what are you saying to mock this creature.
You sure you want to try that, little green man? You sure you want to? You better step back, or I'm gonna dog tackle you just like I did your little boy over there.
The head sort of cocks a little bit, and you get a couple of quick, like, rivets, and it seems to be bothered by what you said, but it doesn't know why, as it had no idea what you really said. Okay, and actually what I'm going to do real quick so we can make it a little easier on me, do me a favor, all four of you go ahead and roll initiative for me, just so I can try to keep a better run on, make sure we're hitting each of these. I'm not going to have them roll, because at this point we're not in a real clear combat situation. Just one hut that doesn't seem to have reacted as of yet. The other side's on fire. Okay.
Just a normal day in the ground.
You know, at least since you guys came to town. There was no fire here before. But actually, at this point, this fire has now spread. It's been going for a little while. It's now spread on. It's getting some of the tree next to it. Grung up here have all... Oop, yeah, fine. Move you for now. These guys have all jumped into the water to avoid it. Sort of heading up towards... oh, come on. Heading up towards this other tree as well. Looks like you guys have started quite the little forest fire over here.
Yay! As a druid, I cry inside.
As a crocodile, you jump.
Yeah, as a crocodile.
So now that we've got this sort of reorganized into a little more of a clear initiative so we can track out what everyone's doing, Malik, it ends up falling back to you again immediately. So I think you said you used your action to grab all your stuff out of the bag, and then bonus to mock him. So what would you be doing after doing that? You can see as you're looking around, you've got the one right beside you. You notice no one's come out of the other hut as of yet.
The hut as of yet. Everybody else is still kind of in here, right?
Yep. As far
you
you have
can't-
no
you
idea,
can't see me.
you have no idea where Quen is. As you saw Quen when Quen cut the throat of that grung, but then Quen vanished again.
And then, okay, so he vanished again, but everyone else is still in here?
Yeah, you haven't seen anyone else come out. You've seen the snout of crocodile jumping a little bit out the, sort of sticking out the door, and the teeth chomp down on that grung, but you haven't seen him walk out yet.
Focused, I'm gonna play my Fiddle of the Mad God.
Okay.
I can move and drop that bag in with everybody.
Alrighty then. Let's see here. Gotta pull up our fiddle again. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Playing fiddle. Yeah. So. Okay, so everyone moves through difficult terrain. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. So as you are doing that, and you said, and then the rest of your turn, you're going to use taking your movement to head back up towards the hut to drop the bag off?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you head up, that one grung is going to take a swipe at you as you walk away. Due to cutting words, I doubt this. What the heck's it called? Mockery, I don't think it's going to hit. Yeah. I hate Vicious Mockery. So, yeah, it's between the fiddle and you wandering off and the strange effect you had on it a moment ago, it just swings completely wide.
What I tell you, little man?
So as you walk up and drop the bag off and playing your fiddle, Devaney and Quen and Dragonbait would notice, actually, Sly, I'm pretty sure you'd notice as well, there's now a burlap sack has been dropped in front of you by a fiddle-playing tiefling. And that'll bring us to Quen, who is invisible and standing beside a frog that just, for the most part, popped inside a crocodile's mouth. But it is still alive.
Quen sees Malik with his fiddle and will immediately go to cover his ears as he braces for impact. But he's still gonna hang low, and he's gonna move over here and try and like get a better vantage point of where the frogs have ran away to, and like what's going on around the campfire thingy around the island yet.
Okay. So go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Okay. Again?
As you're looking around, you start looking at the wall, and as you start to try to inspect the wall, you notice that you're seeing a lot of movement in the hut to your left, which sort of pulls your attention away. And you see that group of 5 grungs that you noticed earlier headed down this way are becoming alert and are picking up their daggers and their various implements of destruction. Look like they're getting prepped to head on out and join the fray.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna keep hiding then.
Okay. Easy enough to do. You're invisible for the next hour, so. Okay, Devaney, that brings us over to you. You just had Melik has just dropped a bag at your feet.
So I'm going to go and look in it and see if I can find mine and see if I can find dragon baits as well.
Okay. So yeah, it's an action to go in and check, so you can. It's easy enough to find either of the 2 of yours, but it's an action to take everyone's possessions out of it. So if you want to grab yours, you can. If you want to grab his, you can.
And possessions would be like
literally,
and
it's
weapons or everything.
The entire kit and caboodle.
Okay, I'll grab dragon baits out and hand it to him because he doesn't have a weapon at the moment.
Okay. So, any bonus action for you or movement? Or are you staying in there with the crocodile and the 1 grung?
I'm staying where I am, just giving Dragonbait his stuff.
Okay.
Maybe he can hit something on his turn.
So, because I didn't roll for him, I'm just going to have him go on yours. Because, lazy DM. And see if he does any better with his own weapon. With that lovely little person in front of him. Apparently not.
No.
As he's trying desperately to avoid the hitting the jumping crocodile. Does horrendously poor. That brings us to Solana.
If I drop Wild Chief, will I still be jumping? Oh man.
It's the poison's in your system. It's not effective of the form.
And I can't move anywhere except vertically.
Correct.
Okay.
How long does that poison last?
Yeah. I mean,
Let me double check. I believe it's a minute. Yep, 1 minute to 10 rounds. Well, 9 more rounds.
Can you take another bite at him?
yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
she can still attack. She just can't move.
Okay, so no one has less Resto but me.
I got you.
Bards, man.
Got that charm from the Snake Witch.
So, what you doing, Captain Crocodile?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna take a bite at the one in front of me.
Okay, go ahead and take a
Sorry.
chomp.
Okay, so that's ooh, 20.
That'll definitely hit. So go ahead and roll some damage.
Okay, and that's
I don't think there's much of a point. I don't think you could really hit him without killing him at this point, but... Oh, yeah, that definitely doesn't... Do you favor, go ahead and make a Constitution save for me?
yeah, yay. Okay.
Oh, yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
Actually, does it say, Okay. Richard. Okay. So actually, with that, you are all set.
I stopped
can-
jumping.
Yeah, you can attempt to save at the end of each turn.
Okay. Nice.
So as you're jumping up and down, as you come down, slam down, and crush this one's skull, you land to the ground, and as you sort of shake it out, spit the remnants of the creature out, you all of a sudden you realize you're not bouncing anymore. You're on terra firma, so to speak.
I get
And
so
we are-
happy and start jumping up and down again.
so for
It's still
those
poisoned.
of you in the room, actually Quen over there noticing the others, and you don't even notice the crocodile stop jumping. It's only a half a second as Solana feels that I don't have to jump anymore. Yay! And starts jumping again. And with this, we will do is, as we're back to the quasi start of our turn order here, this is about as good a spot as we're going to have for a little while to take a quick break to top off our drinks, facilities, or anything like that. So if Mr. Producer, if you can bring us on over to the commercial break, thank you, viewers, for hanging out with us, and we'll be back in just a few moments. And we are back. Thank you for hanging with. We find ourselves in the middle of our party dealing with grungs, and it's getting a little more tense. We're going to change this up a little bit here, and we will try see what you sound like. Something a little more action-based here.
Right.
Okay, that brings us back to Melik. You have been playing your fiddle, dropping a bag. What you doing?
The fiddle is no more. I'm stopping playing the fiddle. And this guy's still alive, right?
Yep.
Your beginning of the sentences drop out sometimes.
So I'm gonna stop playing my fiddle and I'm just gonna fire
Ooh.
guy.
Okay, so that's definitely going to hit and probably going to cripple him. Go ahead and roll damage. Okay. So Melik, after taunting and firing off at that creature, puts a crossbow bolt through it. And that we are going to have a couple of our friends here. See if they notice any of the ongoing shenanigans up at the northern section where you guys are. Okay. So our first guy does not, but our second one actually does. He is going to, and isn't going to do anything else until then. So with that, going on, that brings us over to Quen, who, Quen, as you're looking in, you can see a group of grung in front of you that seem to be gearing up to, about to be running out the door.
You're talking about these growing here?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm gonna go next to this tree, like this cover here, and I'm just gonna wait and see what happens within the next like few seconds.
Okay, so you're readying an action, or you just...
Ooh, I don't know. I got yelled at before. I don't know what to do.
What's Quen thinking?
Quen's gonna hang back. Quen's not gonna prepare an action.
Okay. So Quen is just, again, still invisible, is now just sort of ducked into a small little gathering of bushes to stay out of the way. And, okay, and with that, it brings us over to our friend who has just seen what's going on. And do me a favor, everyone go ahead and make a perception check for me. Okay. So, Devaney, you are, strangely enough, inside the hut, and the only one who hears this, everyone else is a little preoccupied, as you start hearing those echoing croaks from the southeast. And they start bouncing back and forth. And you get the distinct feeling that somebody kicked the hornet's nest. Somebody got seen and things are picking up. And with that, it brings us to you.
So I'll look between Solana and, well, everybody except Quen, I guess, and say, guys, we gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here fast. And I'm going to reach in the bag and grab my stuff.
Okay. So you've got bonus action and movement.
And I'm going to move outside.
Okay.
So which side is the door? Because there's a door drawn on one side where Malik is, but then there was a door on the other side
Yeah,
too.
I'm on.
Oh,
was
yeah,
like
I
over
can't
the door.
see where the door was drawn. I apologize. So let me stick Malik over here because I said west side. Yeah, with all the names on the image, I can't see the hut.
Now, do I know about all of the ground disappearing into the hedge?
Nope, not
Well,
at
I've
that
been-
point. You were just coming up. This happened as Solana popped up and turned into a crocodile. They took off running.
Okay.
So you know that they fled as you saw Melik take off after. Actually, let's retcon it. Go ahead and make a perception check. I can't remember if I had you before.
I don't remember.
You saw a couple run out, but
You
as you look
muted again, I think. Yeah, there you go.
yeah, sorry, I hiccuped and was trying to avoid a hiccup burping or anything. So you saw a couple run out, but you didn't see where they went. You had the purple one in front of the crocodile and Melik chasing after the one with the bag. Were your primary thoughts?
Well, I'm going to start moving south, but not in front of the entrance of the other hut.
Okay. So as you're moving around, then that'll bring over to Solana, the crocodile.
I'm gonna transform back into human form.
Okay. And so you are now back to yourself.
And grab my stuff.
Okay, so action, pick up all your stuff out of the bag. You now have a
Move.
oversized, empty burlap sack. Burlap sack.
Someone took my bow and my shit.
No, I mean you took all your stuff out of it.
Okay,
Now you're
I'm
left-
like, why do I have an black bag? Where are my
Yes.
bongos?
You just took your stuff.
Okay, I throw down the empty burlap sack, and I say, "Let's get out of here, guys!" And I start running south, like here.
Okay. So that brings us over to Melik. What you doing,
What is
Melik?
the here?
Leaving.
Like just out the way we came?
Oh, well, where else are we gonna leave?
I guess I will just take my movement and moon down here with you.
Okay. So if you're not doing anything else, you could use your action to dash if you want to be running further.
I'm gonna stick closer to the group.
Okay. And as you catch up to Solana, you notice a group of 5 grung come pouring out of the hut. And as they all come sort of charging out, and they're spreading out a little ways.
I go, Gwen, now you can light them on fire. Very loudly.
Yeah, wherever you are, fire.
You have daggers being thrown. Let's see, there's 3 that are going south and 2 that are coming up towards Dragonbait and Devaney. So we're going to roll 3d2 to see how it goes on the south. Okay, so we have 2 at Solana and 1 at Melek.
Okay.
And then up north. Oop. 1 at each. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, you're all within range. Okay. So, Solana, first 2 are at you.
Mhm.
It's a 6 and a 23.
Ooh, 23 hits.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so that is 7 poison damage to you.
Yeah.
And then to Melek, we have 24. So that is going to be 6 and 13, 19 damage in total to Melek.
19 total?
Okay. 19 total, yeah. 6 and 13. Okay, so that
Work
one.
on damage?
Instead of who now?
Yes. Okay, I'm going to use another one of my cutting words die really quick. Because that's a lot.
Okay.
The same thing you did.
Don't you love when that
Oh,
happens?
but
Hey, every little bit does.
it's 18?
When something else hits you and you're left with 1 HP left, you'll be thankful for that roll. And then we got to go up and go after Dragonbait and Devaney up north. Let's see here. So first one is Devaney. It's a 16. I don't think that hits you, right?
No, it does. That's my AC.
Oh, okay. So that is 8 to you. And I have no idea what, let's see, what the heck is Dragonbait in there? There we are. Okay. I took you with him. Okay, his is actually a 17, apparently. Can that be right? Yeah, that's his AC. Okay, so hits you. Dragonbait is missed, so you take 8 points of damage. That ends those 5 grungs and brings us to Quen. So Quen, you have just heard your friends yelling out that you're free to burn these creatures to the ground.
Oh, now I'm free to burn it to the ground. Well, okay then. Jeez, too bad. Where can I put this thing? So I'm gonna put a fireball centered there. So that way it'll get all these grungs, but none of my friendos.
Okay, so go ahead and fire off your spell. Let's see what we get for damage here. See if it's even worth me making a roll. And it is not, as even if they save, that is enough to literally destroy all 5 of them there. Just checking something real quick here.
Is the hut on fire?
Okay. Oh, there's a whole lot that's about to be on fire.
Oh, okay.
So, as this goes off, we are going to cheat. We're just going to grab that one. So, first things first is just going to drag them off. They're just gone. And with that amount of damage, we have the hut is now on fire. And gives a very nice torchlight given how late in the evening. As well as this small section of the wall. Nowhere else in the wall has caught fire, just that one spot.
Huh.
Like the fire's not spreading?
Nope.
Does it look like the branches are going away at least, or is it just on fire?
You'd have to actually get closer and take a look at it.
Okay.
But from just glancing at it as, and as this happens and you see the fireball, you see once more the familiar shape of Quen fading into view from within this bush that you just watched a fireball rocket out of.
Quinn, why do you keep climbing trees?
I'm trying to see what it's like to be Solana.
Ah. Okay.
Okay. So that's action. You've got movement and bonus action if you want it, Quinn.
Okay, so I'm gonna move to where the wall caught on fire here, and I want to investigate it.
It would be an action to investigate, so you'd be able to do that on your next turn. You wouldn't be able to do it this round.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna move there and take my time looking at it. Look at this destruction that I caused and wonder about what was the lesson I was supposed to learn all along. But shrug, as there really is no lesson to life or games. And that's
Okay.
it.
Okay. So with that, we have one of our old friends popping out from his little hut now, as he has been alerted as a result of all the shouting from the other guards. He's going to use his full movement to get as close as he can, which is actually right over here behind this guy, where he can see. Let's see, who can he see within range? Actually, he can see all three of you, given the lovely firelight.
Oh.
So, as do me a favor, all three of you, Quen, Melik, and Solana, go ahead and give me a perception. Okay. Oh, Quen, you're the only one who notices what happens here, the source, so to speak.
Oh.
So, first things first. Okay. Quen, oh, geez, okay, so Quen is a 24 to hit. Melik is a 16. And Solana is an 18. Do those hit each of you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, what was?
Yours was a 24.
Oh, for it to hit me?
Yeah, it's 24 to hit.
Yes.
Okay. So let's see here. Okay. Give me a second. I got to. check. I'm unfamiliar with this one. Okay. So, starting on the same order, we'll just go Quen, then Melik, then Sana. So, Quen, you take 3 points of fire damage. Melik is 3 points of fire damage. And Solana is 5 points.
And I half it. Do I take
roll
the high
down,
half
so you
or
get
the low half?
low half. So you would take 1. So, and with your perception checks, Quen, you're the only one who rolled high enough to notice this. And from this distance, you really can't get a good look at the individual, but you notice that from the top center of the forehead, you see a flash of light before 3 streaming red beams come flying out from the center flash of light on this individual's head, one targeting each you, Melik, and Solana.
Okay.
These frogs have lasers.
With that brings us to our elite warriors here who are now watching their city basically burn, are no longer interested in being friendly, and are going to start taking pot shots. So let's see, we're gonna go. What's their movement? No, these guys can barely move. Okay. Okay. We're gonna have. Okay. Okay, so these guys. Okay, so these 4 are gonna roll D3s. See who they're gonna be taking shots at, because they can actually see. These 4 are going to be rolling D5s because they can see all 5 of you. So let's see here. Okay. So first one is Melik. Second one is Melik. Third one, Dragonbait. Fourth one, Solana. Fifth one, Quen. Okay. So let's see here. We have, 2 shots coming at you, Melik, first. That is a 13 and a 23. Does a 13 hit?
Is that
But
me?
No, these aren't me. Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna have to cutting words one more time at that damage, because.
Okay, so go ahead and
Oh, I got 2 left.
Okay, so Solana, as you watch as this arrow, one short bow misses high over Melik and sort of disappears into the flaming hut behind.
Mhm.
The second one slams into Melik, and Melik is looking in real rough shape right now.
Which
Okay,
frog did it come from?
okay, so these ones
Did it
are.
come from this one?
Oh, so it's the first. So the first 2 came from the top 2. So right here.
The one that
Yeah.
hit me specifically come from that one.
Yes.
I can rebuke that one.
Okay. You go ahead and cast your rebuke. The next one goes for. Right. Holy mother! Okay. That is going to miss Dragon Bait. Then we have Solana and Solana and Gwen. So okay, Solana,
You
that's an
score,
18 to hit you.
one above my AC all the time. Okay, yes, that hits me.
Okay, so that's 12 damage to you, and Gwen, I don't think a 12 is going to hit you, right?
Nope.
Okay, and then that is 24. Holy mother! Okay, as that slams into this guy, you notice that Malik, he does not look happy, but he is still on his feet.
Gotcha.
Okay, and that will end their turn, and that brings us over to Devonay. Who, Devonay, you're noticing these orange grung are starting to converse towards you guys on the west side, and you're just watching arrows come flying across.
Well, I'm gonna go over and investigate this flaming section, which is interesting because of my observations earlier when I was sticking my sword into the vines.
Okay, so as you run over, go ahead and make a perception check for me. You will have advantage check, as it is something is aiding in this. It's weird. There's something funny about it, but you're not able to figure anything out.
Does it look like there's a hole though?
At the moment, no. Something's burning, but it's still... As Devney comes over and you notice Quen standing there sort of looking at it as well, the burning is held in one roughly 5.5 to 7 foot space, but it's not going towards any of the other. It's not spreading out anywhere along this wall.
Would I be able to poke a sword at it?
Sure, if you want to.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Okay, you go ahead and drive your sword into it. A sword seems to, much like your experience before, seems to go in. You're sort of banging around against the vines a little bit. Doesn't seem to really do much. Doesn't give the feel like it's cutting through the vine. You're getting a lot of similar feelings you did last time you took a closer look at the wall.
Well, I'm going to stay where I am.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. And, can't grab Dragon Bait because of the fire, so we're going to move the fire for a moment. And Dragon Bait is actually going to follow you over. And will, as you take up flank on the other side of Quen, and just sort of look at the two of you and just wait to see what the two of you are deciding. Actually, he's going to take the defense, use the defense action. Or dodge action. What'd you say, Dave?
Oh no, I was
Nothing.
saying, does he have good perception?
Not overly.
Okay, never mind.
Let me take a look at him real quick. He's got a +3 to wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Summon the party with better. He doesn't have any any pluses to his perception. It's just his base wisdom score.
Okay, just wondering.
Okay, I'll bring us over to Solana.
This pink thing, I'm gonna start making a giant wall of vines.
Okay, this pink thing.
Do you see my pink ruler thing?
Nope.
Oh no.
Just give me a click.
Okay, so like from here to here, like there's 100 feet.
Okay, and what's the spell you're using?
Plant growth.
Okay, do me a favor, give me a click on it. Never remember that.